Imagine you're a sailor in the early 14th century, standing on the deck of a ship, gazing out at the endless waves off the coast of Ireland. The morning mist is so thick, it's as if the world has disappeared into the fog. Then, as the sun rises, you see it, a shadowy shape breaking through the clouds on the horizon. An island, but one you've never seen before. That's how the legend of Hy-Brasil begins. For centuries, sailors, explorers, and even mapmakers believed in a phantom island off the coast of Ireland. They called it Hy-Brasil, and some said it was a paradise, a utopia where its inhabitants lived in harmony and knowledge beyond human comprehension. Others, however, claimed it was cursed, only revealing itself every 7 years before disappearing into the ocean mist. But did Hy-Brasil really exist? And if so, where did it go? The first known mention of Hy-Brasil can be traced back to medieval Irish folklore, where it was said to be a part of the otherworld, a realm just out of reach where mythical beings and extraordinary events could occur. But Hy-Brasil wasn't just an Irish tale. By the 14th century, European cartographers began marking Hy-Brasil on maps, located approximately 200 miles west of Ireland. You could find it on early maps like the 1325 Dulcet map and the 1375 Catalan Atlas. What's even stranger is that Hy-Brasil wasn't just a vague, dotted outline in the middle of the ocean. Mapmakers drew it as a perfectly round island, often split down the middle by a river. It was as if this mysterious land had been seen, documented, and believed in as fact. But there's a problem. Despite the maps, no one could reliably find it. By the 15th century, stories of Hy-Brasil had spread across Europe, tempting explorers to search for this hidden paradise. In 1480, an English expedition set out, driven by tales of gold, riches, and the wisdom said to exist on the island. They returned empty-handed, but just 3 years later, in 1483, explorer John Jay Jr. claimed to have actually seen it. Imagine the excitement. The idea of an unknown island rich in knowledge and resources tantalized the imagination of scholars, sailors, and the nobility alike. In 1497, Pedro de Ayala, the Spanish ambassador to England, reported that John Cabot, a Venetian explorer under English commission, had seen an island west of Ireland, which some believed was none other than Hy-Brasil. Hy-Brasil continued to appear on maps throughout the 16th and 17th centuries, even though many expeditions failed to find it. It showed up on the 1595 Ortelius map, the 1621 Hondius map, and the famous 1654 Blau Atlas. The mapmakers even gave it different names: Brazil, Hy-Brasil, and Hy-Brasil. By the 17th century, however, fewer sightings were reported, and mapmakers began to note it as Brazil, possibly influenced by Portuguese or Irish origins of the word, meaning blessed or beautiful. But by the 18th century, Hy-Brasil vanished from maps. The disappearance of Hy-Brasil has led to centuries of speculation. Some say it never existed at all and was merely a sailor's hallucination or an elaborate tale of the otherworld. Others suggest it might have been a mirage, a common optical illusion at sea where temperature and light create the illusion of land. This phenomenon, known as fata morgana, could easily have tricked sailors into believing they were seeing a distant island. And yet, the mystery deepens. In 1872, Captain H.W. Lonsdale reported seeing a dark mass rising from the sea off the coast of Ireland. In 1980, British Marine Research did a study and found an underwater landmass that might match where Hy-Brasil was traditionally placed on maps. Could it be that Hy-Brasil was real after all? An island that rose and sank over centuries due to volcanic or seismic activity? Today, researchers continue to investigate the mystery of Hy-Brasil. With modern technology like satellite imaging and deep-sea exploration, they've mapped out the ocean floor near Ireland. But no conclusive evidence of Hy-Brasil's existence has surfaced. But perhaps that's the beauty of Hy-Brasil, a legend that lives in the space between history and myth, science and imagination. What do you think? Was Hy-Brasil a sailor's dream, a geological anomaly, or something else altogether? Maybe one day, it will reveal itself once more. Until then, Hy-Brasil remains one of history's most fascinating mysteries, forever lost in the mist.